Welcome to this holy instant now. An instant to stop and remember. Remember who and what you truly are, beyond the matrix of fear, lack, and limitation. All that seems to limit you in this world is only an illusion that demands your continued belief and attention in order to have any power over you. Now is your opportunity to let go of whatever stands in the way of your complete awareness of your true and original self. And now, sit back with your spine upright, get comfortable, and take a deep, slow breath. And as you exhale, release both past and future. Release both memory and imagination, and become fully present in the now. And let's begin. The purpose of today's practice is to bring about the recognition that it is your choice that determines your experience, and that even your suffering, pain, grief, fear, and sickness are the outcomes of your own decisions. Our purpose is to see how nothing that you experience happens without your consent, and that your world is a reflection of only what you hold in consciousness. Through this recognition, you gain the ability to choose again. To fulfill this purpose, we will practice with this idea today. The power of decision is my own. The outcome of practicing this lesson is the recognition and acceptance of your role as co-creator of the universe. By acknowledging the power of decision, you can choose to let go of your self-deceptions and false self-concepts, and instead to embrace true humility by accepting your true nature as God created you, and thereby recognize your inherent sinlessness, power, and eternal wholeness. This is the restoration of true self-awareness and the alignment with the ultimate reality. By accepting the power of decision now and recognizing the truth, you can let go of painful illusions and self-deceptions. So take a deep, slow, and full breath now. And as you exhale, release your attention from past and future. Sink deeply into presence. And open your mind to a different perception and an insight into your true self. No one can suffer loss unless it is his own decision. No one suffers pain except his choice elects this state for him. No one can grieve, nor fear, nor think themselves sick unless these are the outcomes that they want. And no one dies without their own consent. Nothing occurs but represents your wish, and nothing is omitted that you choose. This is your world, complete in all details. Here is its whole reality for you, and it is only here that salvation is. You may believe that this position is extreme and too inclusive to be true. Yet can truth have exceptions? If you have the gift of everything, can loss be real? Can pain be a part of peace, or grief of joy? Can fear and sickness enter into a mind where love and holiness abide? Truth must be all-inclusive, if it be truth at all. Accept no opposites and no exceptions, for if you do, you contradict the truth entirely. In your creation, God gave you everything, because God gave you His own being. Peace and love and joy abide in you, because you share God's perfect holiness. As God created you, you must remain unchangeable, because God is eternal and changeless perfection, and what God creates shares all divine qualities of God. So transitory states are by definition false, and that includes all shifts in feeling, all alterations in conditions of the body and the mind, in all awareness and in all response. This is the all-inclusiveness which sets truth apart from falsehood. Salvation is the recognition that truth is true and nothing else is true. Truth cannot have an opposite. This is the simplest distinction, yet the most obscure in a thought system where a falsehood appears to have reality. The thought system of duality, which embraces both false and true, love and its absence, sin and holiness. Within the world of duality, truth appears but just another option. But in the reality of God, there is nothing else. Is it not strange that you believe that to think you made the world you see is grandiose and arrogant? God did not make it. Of this we can be sure. What can the infinite creator, who shares all of his entire being with all that he creates, know of the limited, the ephemeral, the sinful and the guilty, the afraid, the suffering and lonely, and the mind that lives within a body that must die? You would but accuse God of insanity to think that he made a world where such things seem to have reality. God is not mad, and yet only madness can make a world like this. To think that God made chaos, contradicted his own will, invented opposites to truth, and made death to triumph over life, all this can only make sense in nightmares. Wakefulness would see at once that these things are not of God. And how can you perceive what God did not create? To think that you can is merely to believe that you can perceive what God willed not to be. And what could this be but a dream? Let us today be truly humble and accept what we have made as what it is. The power of decision remains our own. Decide but to accept your rightful place as co-creator of the universe, and all you think you made, the world of fear, lack, and limitation that you call reality, will disappear. And what rises to awareness will be all that there ever was, eternally as it is now, the perfect creation of the one infinite creator. So take a deep breath now, and as you exhale slowly, release your attention from the past and the future. Sink deeply into presence now, and open your mind to a different perception and an insight into your true self. And as you enter into the practice, think of truth alone and introduce it into your mind as you say, "The power of decision is my own. This day I will accept myself as what the infinite Creator's will created me to be." Repeat this now several times, slowly and consciously to yourself. The power of decision is my own. This day I will accept myself as what the infinite Creator's will created me to be. Feel into the truth and the meaning of what you are saying. You are as God created you. Your true self remains immaculate and beyond all effects of this world. The true self is here and now, being everywhere that you are, and awaiting only your recognition and acceptance. So sink now below all thoughts of the dream world and make contact with your true self now. as you approach the completion of this practice period. Take a deep, slow, and full breath in, breathing all the way to the top, and hold it as you behold the intention now to integrate the fruits and insights of your practice into your thought system. And as you exhale slowly now, relax and release and allow the integration to take place. And remember to bring this feeling and this idea with you into the rest of your day. Remember your true self and God's true creation throughout the day, and each hour invite the remembrance of truth with the words with which we practice today, inviting the voice of oneness to substitute the peace of God for all your frantic thoughts, the truth of God for self-deceptions, and God's creation for your illusions of yourself. The power of decision is my own. This day I will accept myself as what the infinite Creator's will created me to be. And as we close this practice period, take a moment now to thank yourself for taking the time to connect with truth and to remember and activate the state of peace and happiness within yourself. And remember to carry this sense of gratitude and inner peace with you as you go about your day, doing what needs to be done, but knowing that you are always connected to the love and joy of God.